Joe Biden likes to present himself as a cool guy. He puts on his shades, he drives around in a little convertible. He's not gonna let anything bother him, but behind the scenes, turns out there is something that gets under his skin, and he would really prefer if you would stop talking about it. And it's the thing that nobody can avoid at this point, his age. The president has apparently, according to Politico, vented to allies about how often his age is mentioned in the press. "You think I don't know how effing old I am?" he said to one earlier this year. But who knows what the fates have in store for someone who just turned 80 a few weeks ago. "Sorry, Mr. President," says Jonathan Martin. Such a weird tone to that article. But anyway, yes, it has been talked about a lot. It's gonna be talked about more because he is quite old for president, and he's only gonna get older as we move towards the presidency in 2 more years. So people are concerned about that, and just getting angry about it isn't necessarily gonna reassure them. I mean, take a look at the polls. An October survey found that 64% of Americans, including half of Democrats, said they were concerned about Biden's mental health after, you probably recall this incident when he tried to recognize Representative Jackie Walorski at an event. She had already died in a car accident weeks earlier that made people question him. But bear in mind, he also has said that his age is a legitimate issue, saying, "I think it's a legitimate thing to be concerned about anyone's age, including mine. And I think the best way to make the judgment is to watch me. Am I slowing up? Do I have the same pace?" I'm not even entirely sure what slowing up is. I think he means slowing down. And so, yes, a little bit grammatically at least. But anyway, he says he feels closer to 50 than to 80, which could be true. Again, look, I don't think that age is the most important thing. Bernie Sanders is 212 years old, but he gets it. That's what matters. And so I think it's related to other concerns. JR, what do you think? I think you muted yourself, JR.
I didn't even do that on purpose. So there's a thing.
You got to get that on a shirt now.
Everyone is living their own one life, right? So when you're 80 years old, I'm sure you still feel like you're 25 mentally or just in that same body. You're the same person you were when you were 12. It's grown. So there's no way you think you embrace this whole old age thing and that's just who I am. I'm sure some people do, but in Biden's case, he doesn't. The difference is once you then compare yourselves to other people, maybe doing the same thing, it's not always the same. Not saying he's slowed up or not saying that he can't do anything, because I hate that argument as well. There's plenty of folks can do it as they age. There's no problem with that. But I love playing basketball, played basketball all the time. In college, I would go and play basketball in the rec center after having a long night out with countless numbers of beers and alcoholic drinks. I was good. You know who can't do that anymore? This guy, I can't do it anymore. I still feel the same way. I'll still wake up in the morning and be like, let's go ball. And you know what my knees and my back say? Hell no, bro, hell no.
Yep.
Or you're only gonna play 3 games, bro. You're not gonna play the normal 12 that you used to. Things like that happen.
Yep.
Once you start feeling it and understand it, then you go, well, maybe I can cut back a little bit. And that's just the argument that's happening. I get the potential, I guess, disrespect that it feels like you're getting from people telling you rather than you telling yourself, hey, bro, I don't think you can do this as long anymore. I get it, but you have to understand where they're coming from. So you can try, but if the comparison starts catching up with you and then someone outdoes you, that's just reality. Sorry. They say in pro athletes and pro sports, back to the sports thing, Father Time is undefeated. Everybody that plays any of sports would have loved to have played forever.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, I remember back in grad school, there were periods where I was playing volleyball 4 or 5 times a week. I can't do that anymore. But at the same time, like Biden, I guess, like right now, do I feel different than I did 15 years ago? No, I feel like the same person. I guess clearly I'm not. I mean, look at me and listen to me. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I've dropped multiple steps. I'm slowing up at a rapid pace, or as someone acknowledged in the chat, like when Trump said that COVID cases were gonna skyrocket downwards. I'm skyrocketing downwards metaphorically, physically, psychologically, spiritually too. Let's be real. So anyway, age is not the most important thing. I don't think that people should just be throwing around, like attacks against people for being older. But we know that Biden isn't exactly the same as he was in terms of his ability to campaign, his ability to be forceful and all that. And then there's the related thing of, does he get what he needs to be doing in terms of his job. And I think that it's very reasonable for people to have concerns about that. So you can get mad if you want to, you can complain to members of the press, but that's not how you're gonna reassure people. Give us more Dark Brandon, how about that? Do some good things if you wanna reassure us rather than complaints.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.